This is Kate, and this is the very pretty spring makeup we are doing today on the Beauty Shaman. We start off with a vitamin C serum from Image MD. This is an oil-soluble vitamin C, about 20%, great for antioxidants, to strengthen your skin, all-important vitamin C. Then we go to a primer. This is a Jane Iredale Brightening Primer for that lovely spring skin look, kind of dewy and lovely. Then I apply a sheer foundation from Ben Nye with a brush. You can also use your fingers. I don't want a heavy coverage because it's springtime. We want our skin to look like skin, and the trend right now is for that translucent, dewy finish, and so that's why I'm just putting this type of foundation on. This is a concealer from MAC. This is NW12, I think, although I'll look below for all of the details on what I'm using. So I just use my fingers and I gently put it around her eyes and nose area, anywhere there's discoloration. I just tap it in very gently. She doesn't have a whole lot of darkness under her eyes. Then I put an eyeshadow base because she has more oily skin and everything creases on her. That was one of her complaints. So this is a great base just to keep everything in place. Then I dot a little bit of blot powder from MAC all over her face, just because her skin is very, very shiny. This is a highlighting pen from MAC with a little bit of a rosy undertone. I felt like her under eye area needed some brightening, and it'll really help her wonderful bone structure to pop by putting a little bit of a rosy highlighter under her eyes, on her brow bone, the tip of her nose. Look at the difference. It's really brightened her up. This is for her eyebrows. I wanted her eyebrows to be very soft and natural because she has a very angular face. So I used an eyeshadow as opposed to a pencil, and I used a slanted brush to apply it. It gives it a really soft, natural look. I don't want anything harsh on her. Now this is a bronzer. I wanted to warm up her skin because she's got the warmth in her hair, and she was using a lot of pinks on her skin and couldn't figure out why it didn't look good. So I used a lot of warm products, especially on her cheeks, which you will see. But look at that. Look how much that warmed up her complexion and brightened her whole face. This is Melba by MAC. A blush, and I also told her she's putting her blush way too low, so we raised her blush up to have it come right beneath her eye and high on her cheekbone, with the bronzer more on and under her cheekbone, just to highlight her eye area. And she already has beautiful cheekbones, so it was just to add warmth and brightness. Naked 2, this is a palette she brought with her that she really wanted to learn how to use. And this is a Charlotte Tilbury palette as well. Both of these are fantastic. So we're starting off with a rosy color we're going to put all over her eyelids. I'm using the same brush for the lid color as well as the crease color, just to show you that it's really simple. You don't need 50 brushes. You only need maybe 2 or 3. Then I put a little bit of a darker shade in the crease with a crease brush. Just has to have a tip on it so you can get it into the crease of her eye. So I just work with it. I use my fingers, just work with it very slowly. I want to be sure that the emphasis is going to be around her eye itself and not in the crease. And then I just sort of blend it in. Just want to give some definition. And I don't take it too far towards her nose. I just lightly build that so that it's mostly on the outer edge. Then we go to the Charlotte Tilbury. I love these grays. This is a lovely gray and a lovely kind of rosy color. So the rosy color here has a bit of shine to it, so I just pop it right on the middle of her eye area. Then I use the same slanted brush I used on her eyebrows to put on the eyeshadow as liner right next to her eye. This takes a little bit of practice, but look at the difference. We're just adding some softness and definition, and then we're going to use a pencil on top of that to add more depth. But right now, I just wanted to use the shadow to shade around her, especially the top part of her eye. This is the color we're using. It's a MAC eyeliner pencil, kind of a blue-gray. And then I just work that between her eyelashes. You can see it just takes some effort. You just have to work with it. This particular eyeliner pencil is very soft, so it goes on really nicely. I want the thickest part of it on the outer edge and very, very thin towards the nose. Then I take a pencil brush and I work that away from the center of her eyes. So I'm working towards her ear, as you can see that. So I can soften up that pencil and blend in the eyeshadow that I already have there. To really look at the difference. Look at how much that's made her eye just pop. It's fantastic. Then I used the very soft kind of blue-gray and I went under her eye. Many of you go too dark under your eye. So I wanted to do something very soft underneath because I had done so much on top of her eyeliner. Then I apply a little bit of mascara. This is my favorite mascara by Jane Iredale. This is a Spice lip liner by MAC. So it's just a neutral lip liner. I want the focus to be her eyes, not her lips. And she especially said that she wanted her eyes to be much more of a focal point. So I line her lips first. Sometimes you can put lipstick on and then line them, but I chose to do the liner first. Then just a very pretty, soft, pinky, summery rose color. It really is super flattering. Brings out the pink in her top as well. And there's our final result. She was very happy with this, and I think it really works well with her hair color.